the hate army troll.
It's the hate army, bro.
Hate army.
Shout out to hate.
Good vibes to the
Shout
hate
out to
army.
hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out
Shout out to hate.
Shout out to hate.
Shout out for
Shout
hate.
out for hate.
So, guys, gals, it's noon. It just hit noon. And I would like to do my gratuitous plug for the stream if you would allow me to, please. If you don't like gratuitous plugs and you don't like to hear about how you can support your favorite content creators, what I'd like you to do right now is take your two fingers and I want you to plug them into your ears like this. And if you're doing what I said right now, you can't hear me anymore. So now I could literally say whatever I wanted and you would have no clue what I'm saying because you've plugged your ears as instructed. So I could say, no, I'm not going to do it. But anyway, it's time for a gratuitous plug segment, ladies and gentlemen. I love my job. For 15 years, I've been a content creator here on YouTube. And I've done this for a job full-time since 2011. Yeah, I've been doing it for 12 freaking years. It's the longest running job I've ever had. It's my best job I've ever had in my life. I love being my own boss. And I love hanging out with you guys and genuinely sharing my opinions and my love and passion for gaming with you all. I hope that's come through in the last 15 years that I have daily put out content for all of you here on YouTube and elsewhere. As you know, there's been other places I've done it too, but YouTube really has become my home over all these years. And I've, figured let's just focus on YouTube since it seems to be where I started and likely where I'm going to end up after all this time, right? All that being said, I'm a lot different than other content creators. First of all, this is my full-time job. But you may have noticed, wait a minute, Phil isn't like a huge guy. He gets a few hundred views on each video he puts out. He gets, a few hundred viewers on a stream. How the hell is he doing this as a job full-time when there's other creators literally 5 times bigger than him and they say they can't make a living? They got to have side jobs. They got to take on sponsorship deals. They got to be shilling products on their stream constantly. They've got giant events on Patreon and things that they've got to push. Why is Phil able to just sit here and stream all day and that's it and he can make a living? There's a very simple answer for that. You ready? You. Yeah, you. You're the reason. While everyone else over the vast 10 plus years had to change their models of how they operated because YouTube wouldn't support it anymore with views and ad revenue, I was able to keep doing what I love because you guys appreciate the fact that I haven't changed. The fact that on any given day when I put out content, you know that what I'm saying on stream is my truthful feelings about what's going on in a game that I'm playing. You know that if I kiss a game's butt, I have nothing to benefit from it because I'm not one of these golden streamers that gets selected for free promotional opportunities or advanced copies of games or anything like that. I don't get paid to play a game. I don't get free games from publishers. I'm just like you. I buy every single game that I play, and I have the same commitment and investment into it that you do when you buy a game, okay? Vice versa from that. Because I'm a small-time guy, I don't benefit from shitting on games. If I were a big content creator and I shit on a game, I might go viral for a negative video. That doesn't happen. You understand? It doesn't matter if I say something good or bad about a game. It doesn't really benefit me. And because of that, I feel like there's freedom, creative freedom, to say and do what I truly feel because no one's going to really have repercussions because I said something good or bad about a game. You understand? And because of that, my viewers appreciate the fact that I can be transparent. And it's a lot different than a lot of other people out there who constantly are playing crap games or things you never heard of because they're getting paid for it. All right? So, excuse me. Thank you for the long-standing support that you have given me here on the channel. I'm so happy that I can make a living doing what I love because of all of you. That being said, I do rely on that support because that's my income. YouTube does have some ad revenue, but really it's the crowdfunding support via live streams and via my on-demand videos that allow me to keep doing what I love. So let's talk about that. First of all, if you're watching this stream right now or you're watching this on demand, engagement is key on YouTube. So giving likes on content that you enjoy, as well as leaving comments on that content, are definitely the ways that you can support this channel. All right, it's called engagement on YouTube. It absolutely is awesome to those who do it. Thank you to those who just take a few moments out to support the content. I really appreciate it. If you could do that, give it a like or even a comment. You comment that simply says, hey, I like this video, or hey, just trying to help out Phil, like the channel. That's it. It's 5 seconds of your time, free, doesn't cost anything, helps this channel a lot. If I'm not even kidding you, if 10% of the people who watch my content left comments and liked the videos and streams, this channel would be boosted massively on YouTube. But I understand that a lot of people just don't take the time to do it. You just watch, you move on. If you could give me that extra second, I would appreciate it. All right? Outside of that, going above and beyond, very much appreciated. How can you do that? Well, number one, super chats, super stickers, super thanks. All ways to say thank you and have a highlighted message, whether it's an on-demand video or whether it's here live in the chat. I'll give you a shout out specifically if you're in the chat, or if you're on demand, I'll give you a like on your comment and I'll say thanks personally for any contribution there. Not every video is eligible for super thanks. It's only videos that aren't claimed, and let's be honest, a lot of videos on YouTube get claimed by third parties, but hey, if you can do it, it's appreciated. In addition, we've got memberships, and memberships are huge. Memberships are a great way to jump in and buy into a channel on YouTube, quite honestly. You get so many features and benefits here if you become a member. For example, you can get a ton of emotes. I was looking last night, and it's almost like 30, I think, emotes that you get unlocked on the channel if you become a member today. If you're on a live stream, you can talk as much as you want, unlimited, no slow mode limitations. Everyone else has to wait 10 seconds to put out a message, so that way it stops spam. Members can talk as much as they want. You get a cool chat crown badge to show how long you've been a supporter. And you get priority for special events. We literally just outlined how members get special priority for the Halloween event. So I hope that you will consider becoming a member today. Now, if you're someone who likes this community, likes this content, and maybe you're like, man, I'm in a good mood and I want to help out my fellow viewer right now who's enjoying Phil's content, you can give some memberships to the channel. It's a great way to help out, where you can gift, it's called a member bomb, basically. And it is randomized. You can't really select who you want to give it to, but you can do a bomb of memberships that helps out everyone on the channel. And people right now, particularly, would really enjoy getting a membership because of all the new games that are about to come out in the next 2 weeks. People having access to the emotes and everything, they will absolutely love it. I know. So, hey, you want to help out the channel? Memberships are a great way to do it right now. All right? Now, the last way you can support this channel certainly is not the least, and particularly in the next week to week and a half, this is an amazing way to help out because I need the help right now. All right, tipping. Tipping is a direct contribution to my PayPal. Now, normally, I wouldn't care how you contribute to my channel. Anything helps, and everything is greatly appreciated. But I'm in a little bit of a hard place right now. There is a rock rolling at me from behind, and the hard place is in front of me. So before I get squished like a streamer sandwich, let me explain what's going on. Basically, right now, I need to buy a lot of games. At least 4 in the next couple of weeks, and they're all going to be games that are pretty pricey. Nothing there's cheap. While I have to buy those games for the business, YouTube is going to pay me for my monthly performance, all right? However, YouTube has decided this month that, they're going to pay on a weekend. And when they pay on weekends, there's processing time added, which I know this sounds really stupid and technical and really has nothing to do with you. But understand it affects me in a very negative way because I'm not a rich guy. I'm not rolling in dough. I depend on that YouTube payment every month to come through on time. This month, it's not going to come through on time. This month, there's going to be a minimum of 2 days delay, if not 4 to 5 days delay, which is what YouTube says. If you get paid on a weekend, they can delay the payment up to 5 days for processing. The problem is, not only do I have to afford the games for the week coming up, there's 4 games I have to buy within a 1 week period, but I also have other bills coming due. And since the YouTube payment's delayed, I need to have money to pay those bills as well before the YouTube payment comes in. So basically, I'm tight right now on money to the point where it's like, I hope that I can afford everything. And it's funny because someone said to me the other day, well, why not just not buy the games and just pay the bills? Well, you're right, except then I have no content. If I have no content, then I can't make more money to pay more bills. So, yeah, I could not buy the games and then sit here with my thumb up my butt for several days and not play the new releases, and I don't think that's going to work. So, the deal is, if you are someone who likes the content, if you are someone who is enjoying all these new releases, you love this time of year, and you want to help out, the best way to support right now would be tipping. I'm not saying, hey, don't contribute in other ways, especially if maybe you're someone who doesn't like using PayPal or for whatever reason you can't tip. I get it, all right? I'm not trying to pressure you, I'm not trying to make you do anything above and beyond any normal means. I'm not trying to ask for anything extra from anything someone would normally contribute. What I'm saying is if you have an opportunity to say, hey, I wonder how I could best help out the channel today, tipping would be the way. Once I get paid by YouTube, whenever that may be, because it's supposed to be around the 21st, but it could be upwards of 5-6 days later, whenever that payment comes through, I'm all right. But I don't know when it's coming through. So right now, the more tips, the better. Gives me that cushion to not only afford all these games coming up, but also to pay those few bills until the actual YouTube payment comes through. All right? So if you can, thanks. If not, no big deal. But I'm just throwing that out there as a way to say, hey, if you can, tip me. That'll help. How do you tip? There's a command right there in the chat, ! Tip. Explains everything. Or you can check the description of any video, any stream that I'm currently putting out, has all the tip information in there. All right? Please consider it. As you know, we have rewards in place for tips. All right? You know, when a certain amount of tips are raised, I do things like put on glasses, or you get to pick a silly hat for me to wear, stuff like that. And today, particularly, because we're doing the React show, that means that contributions that you contribute during this podcast carry over to that show. Despite the fact that I'm going to shut down on this channel and jump over to another channel, if we raise 50 bucks of tips, that perk, that reward carries over to the next show. I'm not going to reset the leaderboards or anything because we're going from channel to channel. It'll still stay there, okay? Now, here's the thing. I know that we have dwindled in members this month. Over 150 members have been lost, right? But why? Well, there was a lot of gifted memberships last month. And for the last week, I've been asking for support with tips, so everyone's been doing that. So it's, you know, it's on me that the channel is dwindling right now in members. Maybe by the end of the month, things get back to normal, the YouTube payment comes through, then we can focus more on that. And if people wanted to do membership stuff, that would be appreciated. You know, we got big events, big games, and the marathon coming up at the end of the month. So hopefully that'll happen. And you know what? I will say this too, because this does get me. It really annoys me. So every once in a while, we get someone who's generous. They'll come to this channel and they'll gift a bunch of stuff. Maybe they'll drop like a ton of memberships, right? Just because someone did that once doesn't mean that you should sit around the chat talking about it constantly and expecting it. Like some people literally this moment just said, oh, well, I hope that so-and-so from last month comes back and just gifts everyone memberships again. No. No. And by the way, if they just happen to show up and they're hanging out on a stream, you shouldn't fucking bother them for a gifted membership either. How obnoxious are you, right? That just because someone is a benefactor or someone's nice, trying to be a philanthropist around here and be nice to people, doesn't mean that now you have a license to bother them and pester them for free shit, all right? No, because you notice, I don't do that, and I'm the one who directly benefits, and I don't do it. So if I don't do it, what gives you the right to do it? So don't do it. It's against the rules to sit around and say, man, I really hope that so-and-so comes and gifts a bunch of shit. Yeah, well, I really hope you shut the fuck up before I ban you from the chat because we don't want to hear you being like that. That's very ungrateful and very, very not the spirit of giving that these people, you know, should really be having. You should be grateful for the fact that you got something nice instead of demanding it again the next month. That's ridiculous, you know? So, anyway, that's that. That's the plug segment, all right? Thank you guys for watching. £5 super chat. It says, loving the vibes of your streams lately. I hope you and the chat are doing good. Well, thank you. I mean, I can't speak for the chat. What I can say is I hope that the chat is doing good. You would think that positive vibes carry over. And you're right. In general, I have been really enjoying myself recently. I hope that you guys have seen that coming through in the content. And you feel that I'm not, you know, too stressed or too worried about too much shit. You know, I hate to say it, you know, this happens from time to time where I got personal stuff going on behind the scenes and it affects me. I'm a human, right? There's not much I can do. I try my best to separate personal from business, but sometimes it seeps over and I can't really help that because I am a human with emotions. And sometimes you'll notice that I'll be in a bad mood. I'll get overly angry about something for no reason. Sometimes money is a problem. And when money is tight and things are going badly or whatever, and then that seeps in. And now why is Phil talking about money so much today, right? Because sadly, it's on my mind. And it sucks. I don't want it to be. I just want to be here chilling with you guys. But sometimes I have, you know, some weakness and I talk about it too much. But that's part of the whole experience of being real as opposed to being a robot. As opposed to being a character you play, that I'm a real dude, just kind of sharing with you guys every day my thoughts on games and just what's on my mind for the podcast and stuff like that. And I appreciate you all you know, enjoying and being nice about that. But in general, I think things have been pretty good around here recently, right? There's been really good games we've been playing, which is excellent. I mean, that's always a part of it. The better the games, I think the better the time we're going to have. And it just so happens, we've been having some really good games. You know, Lies of P, the Resident Evil 4 DLC, Assassin's Creed Mirage, you know, balancing that. Now, the Modern Warfare 3 beta is actually fun, correct? So, yeah, pretty cool, right? So, there you have it. I'm having a good time right now. I am. I'm very excited for the next couple of weeks with all these other new releases, too. I think we're going to be having a good time in general, just playing all the new stuff, so.
Tipping me helps me more than anything.